risk on my part just yet on those trades. But we'll take them little by little, take them as they come. And if anything significant, which confluences with my playbook shows up, then maybe I will be more, I guess, poised to swing at it a little harder there. But nothing on watch. Maybe Palantir for a bit of reversion. I don't know.
Yeah, no, great look there for sure. I mean, like you said, when you're reading it, right? I mean, that was a great play there on Tesla. Good call there on Palantir. Palantir a little overextended. We did talk about that over and over again. I mean, it's double the valuation of CrowdStrike, and CrowdStrike often mocked for their valuation, not mocked, but known for an expensive valuation. So yeah, be careful with all of that. All right, revenge is a dish best served cold and just best served period, right there as we take some money back here on SMCI. So right now we're 60 cents in the money on SMCI, and here it is right now. It is my first official Dollar Club. The other times we were just kind of playing around with Dollar Club winners, but we've now taken it a couple times on NVIDIA. Just this back-to-back short there. It's really a shame. We should be, honestly, today, Obi, similar to what you were talking about, we just sit here and we had wrote down right now on our sticky note, and I want to thank everybody, lots of comments today about this as well. So thanks everybody for joining Sticky Note Nation one more time. But we wrote down here, what does this say? Looking to 140 for a fade. So we did talk about that. We mentioned it even in our note here as well about fading for 140. The high of the day today, 140, almost 140 to a T there. The high of this was 140.10. So 10 cents worth of risk. You're now in the money, $3. Here it comes back in, and we have this trade. So I have it. I'm on it. It's going to be the #1 stock P&L-wise here today. So far, so good here as we're going. NVIDIA making the move down as well as SMCI. So here comes SMCI. We've got some outs here. That's 21.70. Why don't we just take some more? This is a good, I'm already bidding there. I'm already bidding 21.60s. I'll take a piece out here at 80. There it goes. And then we're bidding 60s. Hopefully we can fall back in on SMCI. Oh boy, this day is getting a lot better, Obi, for us. Right now, as there goes NVIDIA. Nice little crack lower here as well for NVIDIA. Let's put a bid in the low 30s. We'll take that fill right there at 33. And now we just wait, man. I don't really have too many ideas for NVIDIA. We want to make sure that we hold something on, but there's why we start to get some out. 137 has been the drop-off spot there this morning. So now we're short NVIDIA, and it's really coming in. So NVIDIA, the short, now printing to the downside. And here comes SMCI. Oh boy, we could have a Dollar Club on this one as well for SMCI. We just get that 67 fill. Today's a green day for us. We're always happy when that's the case. And it is one more time here today as SMCI waiting to hopefully print us out just a little bit more as we got rinsed early. We were trying to wait for this back end move, and we got it. So right now we're out of about 2/3 of this trade. We're holding about 1/3 of it to see if we can really get buzzing here a little bit. NVIDIA continues to make a move down. This trade, we have about 20% left, so we're getting lighter and lighter, but oh boy, lots of good stuff. I want to thank Obi. This is going to be Obi's last day. Neil will be back here tomorrow, last day for the week, maybe. Oh no, I'm not here Friday either, so you'll be in for me on Friday. It'll be Obi and Neil. 2, 1. There it is. Donald J. Trump, during his first presidency, emphasized that a strong America must depend on foreign adversaries. Are we throwing this out there, Fabian? You can't count it down, my guy, and then not be ready. Here we go. Okay, well, we'll hold off on this. Okay,
what's happening?
So I don't know, there's supposed to be an ad read, but there it is right there, military medals. So Donald J. Trump, during his first presidency, emphasized that a strong America must not depend on foreign adversaries for crucial and critical minerals, essential to our nation's economic and military strength in the 21st century. Aligning with this vision, military metals is emerging as a global powerhouse in the antimony space, crucial for defense and military applications, with past producing assets in the US, Canada, and Europe. Military metals is poised to secure all these vital resources domestically. Don't wait too long. This story is heating up fast. So there it is. Brand new spots. You can go see them on the CSE there. MILI, also on the OTC markets, MILIF. Over there, and then on London as well. So go check out Military Metals. Again, another little play there. We want to thank them for bringing themselves to the show. So thank you to Military Metals for that one. All right, so we got some SMCI fills down there on the low side. Let's try to look for something else. I mean, I know you're in Tesla. The other name that we want to look at was IBIT as well. So IBIT, okay, here it comes right back into those levels. So here's 90,000 again. Now, can we hold it? That 51 is held. That's the 50 period moving average, sorry, the 200 period moving average on a 5-minute chart. I like that look. Therefore, IBIT. Although the market right now is coming back in, we don't have to worry too much about Bitcoin, I feel like, versus the NASDAQ. We've seen them be a little disconnected as the NASDAQ was down about 2.5% or so at times there on Friday. Oh boy, Obi, we now have $1 in the money on SMCI, my guy, as that one's really coming in. Big trade alert right now. SMCI $1 in the money. NVIDIA also $1 in the money as we continue to spin it around now in the space. So good little trade there for NVIDIA. Good trade for SMCI. SMCI now really cranking lower and lower and lower. I can't believe we're going to be positive on this name all said and done now, considering that we got waxed a little bit early. But SMCI, be brave, take the trade, believe in it, and you know, hopefully we're able to make a little bit more money on this trade moving forward now.
Yeah, so got a little long there on Palantir as that selling kind of starts to slow down. Hasn't really taken or the bid hasn't really taken in charge just yet. I don't know when and if it will, but again, I got in on a bit of a slowdown right here. You can see that 59 holds well. We attempt to break that 59. I actually get stopped out below that 59 and then instantly aggressive rebidding back through that 59. I like that action, kind of risking right back down to similar areas right here. But you can see 5-minute hasn't really broken trend. 15-minute hasn't really broken trend. 3 minutes starting to slow down a little bit right here. You can see VWAP starting to catch a bit of a bend here as well. So I'll continue watching this one. VWAP sitting at 61.77, and we're trading back above that 59 as of right now. So let's see if this bid is going to catch. Like I said, asking that same question, and Palantir has been bidding up quite aggressively over the past few weeks. We saw that they had solid earnings as well, and then we've been bidding since that earnings. And if we're going to catch a bit of a sell coming into today, and that sell is multiple ATRs to the downside, maybe a little overextended. But if we do catch a bid, where do we catch it? What do I need to see for us to catch it? So I was a little too early here on that first green bar coming in, but when that 59 fails to follow through to the downside, I like that push, and we're pushing right back in to that ticker right here above that 59, risking right below it, trading 60s as of right now here on Palantir. The market's catching a bit of a bid off of that 20,500 as well. So I like that for Confluence. Let's see if we can break back above into that VWAP, or does this selling pressure still exist, right? Doesn't necessarily mean as soon as those sellers step off that we're going to continue bidding right back up. They could just slow down. They could just step back in. They could go from being active to being passive, right? So it's like, all right, well, what kind of action am I seeing right now? Do I recognize it? Am I making the right decisions in and around some of these levels? And so far, I think I like it. I was a little too early, but I like that I got right back in when I did see that action come in on Palantir. And again, can this thing move aggressively? Of course it can. We saw what it did right off of the open. But with the market catching a little bit of a bid, I'm curious to know. This name has a pretty decent beta here, if I remember correctly. The beta, 2.77, Sean. 2.77 beta, so.
That's aggressive stock.
It is slightly aggressive. I like that.
What stock was that for?
Palantir.
Palantir, yeah, wow, okay.
So also a 340 level hold on Tesla right now. So 340 is a place to be for the bid apparently on Tesla.
Few places to be right now. You know how much we're in the money on SMCI right now? John Travolta's like, this is $1.50. Right there, huge move to the downside as we were waiting for that trade to develop, right? I mean, we were wrong early on it. Very. Okay, we just had, Adair's not here, so we just had numbers come through. So right here we had the NHA, USA, NAHB Housing Market Index, 46 right there versus 42. So we just had a housing market index number, 46 versus 42 coming into play right there. So that's been, whoopsies, that's been the most recent number to come through. And boy, oh boy, right now SMCI is really starting to make us dance over here, man. Huge trade alert for me, honestly, Obi. This has been quite a nice little run to the downside here on SMCI. Oh boy, right now, Obi. We exercise those demons. Would you look at that? SMCI all the way to the downside right now. But that was a good trade. And it was a good trade too. We talked about when we have about 15% left of NVIDIA. Well, it's making a move right back up to VWAP. So You take a look at that as well, because I don't know where this one's going. I think we could short this against this 139. If we break above this 139, let's get out. We're underneath everything right now, so I feel pretty confident to get a little bit more in this. We'll avoid that 140 trigger. We'll get a little more aggressive into this up at 139. So 138, like 80, we'll take some shares, and we're out if this breaks through 139. So if that happens, we are now out of NVIDIA. So I just put an order to get a little more short up here, 139, 138.90 or 138.80, I should say, against a 139 200 period MA. So that's what we're going to look at right there. SMCI, good thing we took a little bit out there as it came all the way back into the 200 period. Guys, I'm going to take another piece out as well. I cannot sit here and take the high of the day back to the 200 period and not get out of more shares. So we did a great job there for sure of getting some out. And right now we have about, we don't have that many shares left, maybe 15% of that and about 10 to 15% of NVIDIA. So hopefully we'll get a little bit more and wait to see what's going on. We did put a bid down there on iBit as well. So our iBid fill did not come through. We're now bidding 51.10s. Hopefully that can come in on a nice drop into 90,000. We know that 90,000 seems to want to be supported. Obi, you're looking at Palantir and Tesla, so that's good.
Yes, sir.
Really quickly here, Baba was another name that was on the radar. We wrote down 89.50. I'm sitting at 89.40. Obi.
Yes.
My order
Oh,
from
no.
right here. You know when this time was? 8:40. 8:40. We
Wow.
put this order in here.
Okay.
At 89.40.
Never came in.
Never, well,
It came in, but
didn't fill. So right there, that's another sticky note play. 89.50, we wrote it down. It was a good one there for Alibaba. But unfortunately, sometimes I wish I never saw that. That does not fill. So, all right there, SMCI coming back in. So I like Alibaba. Ooh, I get like a little shooting pain in my wrist there. Maybe Carpo coming through here? I don't know.
maybe. How are you positioning like?
I don't know.
your-
You know what? I might need one of those.
cushions.
I've never really thought about that before. It's probably nothing.
No, I mean, when I've gone on like gaming runs when I'm like gaming aggressively for like a few days straight, I get.
Yeah.
It's easy to catch that carpal tunnel whenever your hands are like slightly weirdly positioned. But yeah, no, a little bit of stretching, a little bit of exercise definitely.
Yeah, we'll get it worked out.
Goes a long way for that. Palantir holding on the bid right now, but again, looking a little bleak here. We did get that aggressive bid coming in off of that 59, but we're kind of stalling here above 60 as of right now. So I'm kind of just being patient, waiting and watching right here. Nothing too crazy. The market is catching a bit of a bid, and Palantir doesn't seem to be catching too much of a bid just yet. But something that is catching a strong bid off the open is Apple, dude. Apple, right off of the open, very, very strong, printing 227s as of right now on Apple. Softy, nothing too crazy, but that first 15-minute candle, oh boy, that was really strong on Softy. We saw what happened with Tesla. NVIDIA still holding that 138 level. Amazon has not really done anything. We're pretty much trading sideways. Pre-market range was pretty tight on Amazon, and off the open, we haven't really gotten anywhere. We're coming back into that 345s here on Tesla, so that 340 still holding quite well as a bit of a bid here as of right now. With the market pushing back up, oh boy, here we go. Opening range highs coming in for a break here on both the NASDAQ and the ES. What's the Spider doing? Let's see right here. So Spider high is at 586.70s. We're trading 586.58, so just shy of that 60 as of right now. So let's see if we push some of these highs. I'm watching that ES for a push back into that 6,000 mark. We're trading above 5,900 as of right now. So can we get to that 6,000? Here comes 335. So watch out, anybody who's risking off of the day highs there on Tesla. Oh boy, that level's coming in real hot off of a double bottom here at that 340. Not only is it a double bottom, it's a hold of that VWAP here in that 341s, 342s area here on Tesla. Should be interesting with the market poised for a little bit higher as of right now, going into 10 o'clock. It's 10:05 right now. Let us know in the chat what you guys are trading. I'm looking across the board. I'm looking at some of my baskets here. AMD strong to the upside. 140.09 is the day high. We're trading at 139.88 as of right now. TSM kind of strong. TQ is obviously strong. Look at the NASDAQ right here. I guess DJT to the downside. Funware actually bid up off of the open. That's pretty crazy there. Mara continuation to the downside happening as of right now. We know that they had a bit of an offering in the pre-market there. So a bit of a continuation off of the open. MSTR trading much, much higher, along with IBIT catching a bit of bid and CleanSpark as well. What else do I got on watch? Dell is still holding its highs as of right now. And nothing else too crazy. Palantir, so oh boy, we're still trading 60s, man. So that aggressive selling kind of holding up. Market's bidding up aggressively, and maybe that selling potentially coming back in as we struggle to get back to VWAP. VWAP's not too far away, man. We're just 61s and some change on VWAP, but we're holding 60s below VWAP here on Palantir. So I do have to respect some of that. I'm going to take some more off on top of 60 and kind of, again, like I said, pack my patience to see if that 60, 61, 62, 61 and change potentially does come in as we're holding the $60 level here on Palantir. But yeah, take a look. That's the chart that I'm looking at right here, 61.60s as of right now. Holding, I guess, I got back in on the 59 reclaim. Ideally, I would like to be closer to 59s, but I think 59.29s is perfectly fine. As we hold this 60 as of right now. What else do we got on watch? We got UAVS as well. UAVS was moving around in the pre-market. What is UAVS up to? Nothing too crazy as it holds within its opening range. We made a high of 521, trading at 436s as of right now on UAVS. So yeah, leave it in the chat. What are you guys watching? Obi looking at Softy at VWAP saying Adam to lose. What's going on, man? Let's take a quick look at Softy. He says it's holding that VWAP. Oh boy, yeah, we're holding that VWAP. That first 15-minute candle, a little bit telling with that strong wick action, and now we're holding. Adam Deleuze, we've opened and closed above VWAP, and we're holding that as of right now with the market poised for a little bit higher. Here comes Tesla, day highs. Do you clip them or do you continue to? Do you clip them or you rip them? The shorts.
Right, I like that.
Right, I like that. You clip it or you rip it.
Clip or rip.
Clip or rip. I don't know, but definitely holding that bid, holding that day low. Yeah, it's poised for a little bit of a high. Here's the thing with Tesla, man. Tesla, it lick grabs so many levels. It lick grabs pre-market highs and lows all the time. And I think that if we just push up just a slight bit and then come right back in, I think we have a bit of a pullback towards VWAP. But what do I know? Market coming in real strong, so this Tesla could easily break. Again, don't forget, Tesla has bounced off of that 336 quite aggressively and made a double bottom at that 340. I think those two pieces of information coming in quite stronger than this opening range high or day high resistance. Right now, we also have market tailwind to give us some oomph as well. Softy strong. Let's see what else. Other Mag 7s that we just called out. Apple is also hella strong on the day today. Amazon coming into its range highs. Look at Apple, dude. Apple opened up in and around 225s. We're trading 275s right now on Apple. So nothing too crazy that I am watching other than these tickers as of right now. People talking about BE. We know that one was on watch last week with some halting going on. Bloom Energy. What's Bloom Energy up to? Are you doing any relative volume? You were in the pre-market. Oh boy. All right. So we're doing about 5 to 6 times the relative volume in the pre-market. Okay, so yeah, we did have a bit of a news there, I think, on BE. I'm forgetting what specifically that news was, but we're getting that continuation coming into today. So let's see, price target increase, following positive commentary on several analysts. Let's see, what else? Maintain overweight.
$2 in the money.
Okay. SMCI $2 in the money.
I was just saying, like, you're talking about names, like you're looking at Tesla to break the highs. SMCI is breaking the lows right now. There it is.
Boy.
Yes, sir. Get in the gates of hell. All right, so this is going to be, again, we're getting a little excited about it because it is a bigger trade for me today because we were waiting for this play to come back in, right? So when it did there, not that there was any surprise that it came back in. I mean, we never know where the stocks are going to go, but it was a nice move, so we definitely take advantage of that play here one last time, and that is SMCI coming back in. We just got a 2020 fill there, and sometimes it's like you just take those fills when they're there. You don't have any idea necessarily what they're going to be like, but that was a pretty good opportunity there to grab something on SMCI from the top side, and it turns out that we're able to make back what we had lost early there. So that was a good little take for us as we'll look for some more opportunities here
Tesla
to go.
Highs.
I like that break on Tesla. Let me see what's going on Rivian right now quickly. 1030. So there it is again. Rivian, nice upside move, kind of same way. I mean, obviously it's more impressive on Tesla today, but Rivian just keeps on going. It doesn't give you that dip buy opportunity besides the very, very open. I know you've got Palantir. I mean, these stocks that are near the highs are looking pretty good right now. Rivian, again, 1040. if Tesla keeps going, you know, I could see Rivian, but that might be a telling top there as well, up at 1045 there for Rivian. But you're talking about Tesla starting to go upside there, so I'm not going to steal your thunder, but there it goes as well. Yeah, breaking through 345. Did you take that long, or what did you decide to do on that?
No, man, I didn't. I think the long, like I said again, was at 340. That's where I started, finished covering the short off the day high initially, right? I liked the long down here at 336s. Didn't really stick around for it very long, and then the failure to follow through of that 345, I like that as well. That's the crazy thing, man. That's about a 10-point difference. I get long 10 points lower, I get short 10 points higher, and then it holds that VWAP. I like that. The initial idea definitely working out well, and that's something that I realized. My initial ideas, more often than not, tend to be a little bit better than secondary or tertiary ideas that do come in, especially on the same ticker, because I'm like, well, I missed a long, now I got to go for the short. Well, I missed a short, I got to go for the long. And that's something I do have to work on, being nimble and kind of figuring out when and where that kind of works right here. Here comes 60s, 70s here on Palantir, pushing back up to VWAP right here. Where do we have VWAP at? NVIDIA just popped? Yeah, no, a lot of these things are pushing for their highs. They're pop like catalyst.
Yeah, it's fine. No, we're still fine. It's just I was like, what just happened there with NVIDIA? It popped to the north side there pretty good. Just got right through 139. That was going to be our stop area. So it looks like, you know, I mean, again, we're trying to be patient with 140 coming into play. So hopefully that will, you know, hit us at some point and we'll be able to do something with it. But yeah, for right now, it's NVIDIA making that move higher. We could play that same kind of a play there, but the market's taking out highs back up to 21.
Sure.
So this is, yeah, not 20,100, 20,005. Yeah, 20,600, sorry. So we're still a little ways away, but we've made pretty much that 100 handle move straight to the upside. So, you know, potential here.
350? Is that going to come in?
350 on which stock?
Tesla, dude.
Are you long?
349.50 is pre-market highs, right? The gap up pre-market highs, 349.50. We're trading 347s. Again, strong catalyst, poised for I guess some ease coming in the next 4 years with DJT's presidency, and we're catching a strong bid on relative volume, but the volume is kind of starting to, I guess, well, it's starting to pick up as well. So I was looking at the wrong chart. I was looking at NVIDIA. I'm like, well, the volume is about to fall off. And I'm like, wait, that does not look like Tesla here. No. Tesla volume still kind of steady there. It was falling off there, going back into VWAP, but holding pretty strong here. 347.30s are the highs as of right now. Let's see if we can print that 61 here on PLTR. PLTR VWAP I have at 61.30s. On my chart, and what is this right here on P-Pro, 61.20, so about roughly the same area. Let's see what we do in and around that 61 mark. That 59 failure to follow through, lick grab, whatever you want to call it, that happened was quite significant, and it came in going into a trend break for that reversion, so I like that a lot as well. But again, didn't really put on as much risk as I wanted to, because not really part of the plan. But when it's doing multiple ATRs overextension, and then the market gives us a bit of a bounce, and then we're catching a bit of a bounce here as well, and it shows us the failure to follow through, and then it breaks the trend. That's a lot of confluence, Sean. Mm-hmm. A lot of confluence. So should I be putting on a risk? Absolutely yes. Did I put on risk? Not really. So that's something I have to do a little bit better with, being actively aggressive with things that are setting up. But again, you know what? The trade is a trade. I'm in it for the trade. Let's see if we can get to that VWAP going into this strong market. We held that 20,500 on the lows right there. We're pushing up into 20,600s as of right now here on the NASDAQ. A lot of these tickers are hella strong off of the open. We talk about Softy. Softy's actually poised to break its opening range high as well as its pre-market range high. So shout out to Adam Deleuze there. He said he was watching for that VWAP hold after that first 15-minute candle on Softy. Absolutely working out as of right now. We hold that VWAP and we push even higher. Apple pushing even higher as well. 227, 67s is the day high. Alphabet, though, not really as strong. Alphabet's trading near its lows. Tesla's trading near its highs. We can see that happening right here. 346s and some change. Amazon has not really gone anywhere. And we're missing a friend from the Mag 7 right now, which is Meta.
Meta, yeah.
I'm not really watching Meta. Let's see what Meta is doing. I know Netflix as well, obviously on watch. Going to go to that name real quick. Meta holding that 550 as a day low, trading near its day lows as of right now as well. Let's take a quick look at Netflix as well and FLX. See what oh boy,
Oh boy.
Look at that one. Would you look at that?
Look, see that? Look at that.
Yeah. Makes
I mean,
a higher low.
that's that play that we were talking about.
Continuation.
Yep.
You know.
Too many people too negative on that.
Yeah, those shorts are really getting a little boxed up here. Trading to the upside. Holding that 800 in the pre-market was quite nice, and that catalyst coming in overnight as well, showing itself with that relative volume in the pre-market session on Netflix was maybe a little bit telling, just to show us that, okay, maybe some of these prices might be interesting as reference. And look at that opening range high at that 820s, where that selling came in the pre-market and held that 805s all the way from 820s. We break through that with some strong volume right here at 10 o'clock, right here on the 3-minute candle. So the nice little push of opening range highs here on Netflix. And what was the risk? Risk was about a point, dude, about 1.5 points for 30 or 15 points to the upside, or 10 points to the upside if you're taking the 820 push, trading at 829s as of right now. There's 61s on Palantir, Sean. So, oh boy.
Nice trade.
Oh boy.
Nice.
All right, what's the next trade?
Job.
I don't know. I was looking for VWAP. Are we poised for some more? I'm going to take off I'm going to take off a piece here because the target was VWAP, and we got to VWAP, taking a little bit of a pullback as of right now. So I got to do better on making decisions. So I made the decision right there to piece off a decent amount right there at VWAP. And if we continue, I want to see a hold of VWAP to get more back in on this ticker. But that day low, 59, lick grab came in quite nice. We're actually trading above 20,600 right now. So do we see that 350 on Tesla is what I'm asking. Oh boy.
The market is heated up.
It's going.
I mean, it's
hot.
trying to like make everything back from Friday, like
make it back.
But okay, so we're in a position now. We had wanted to wait for NVIDIA to get to 140, and look at the price I have, 139.40. So we don't have a great price. But we're going to be 50 cents out of this trade. So right now, what is Tesla?
Netflix is blasting.
The whole market.
We were just talking at 829s. Is that 832s?
Yeah,
crazy.
Like, I don't know. I'm not hearing anything in my ear about anything here, but the market is really, there it goes, man. I mean, NVIDIA is on that meme crazy path right now where it's just literally, okay, well, I mean, there's a nice move back in. Maybe we could take out some pressure. Nah, I was gonna say maybe if we do fade out a little bit. There's that 140 break, and then not continuation play there. So we should be short at 140, and if we were, we'd be taking out some profit here on this pullback. But again, we're comfortable. I was getting out just slightly above that 140, so one more break higher will take us out, and then we'll get out of that one. But there's a little bit of a fade back in it, so we'll take some pressure off there. Okay, now I gotta take a little bit more pressure off here into the 60s as we can get a little bit lower now on NVIDIA. Hopefully it'll get in there, but there's that 140 play again for us. So we're going to be short now at 70. We were short at 54. We just took some off at 60, then again at 58 or something right there. So a little bit of an L on this trade, but not really. And then we'll see if we get a little bit more out here, hopefully lower than where we are right now. And then, that'll be a good hold for us. So here it comes back in again. So, decent little fill there off the jump for us on NVIDIA. Up there at 140. I mean, we said be patient with it, and we weren't again. So it's so far so good, though, as it's fading out a little bit. I'll put another bid on right here at 139.50, see if we get that one more time back in. We just missed it there. And then, we're getting out a little bit of a break higher. So out of a lot of these now, break 150. I'm actually at 49s. There it is. So we do wind up getting that fill. So all good here so far on this side of things. So that is NVIDIA. So what you got going on over there, Obi?
Yeah, nothing much. Trade the pool. Trade the pool allows traders like you to get evaluated and trade real shares using the company's capital with no PDT rule holding you back. That's a real edge in trading. Here's the exciting part. Trade the Pool has just launched a limited edition program for stock traders. A one-time fee of just $97 and you will receive $20,000 in buying power. All you need to do is reach the profit goal. The best part? This limited edition program now has a reduced profit goal and fewer minimum trades required to reach the funded phase. Plus, the profit split is upgraded. Keep 70% of the profits. Don't miss the chance to explore this limited offer. Join now for free. The link is in the description. Trade the pool. Well,
yeah,
Palantir
is trading
is trading much higher right now, 61.20. So again, I had VWAP at 61 and some change right here. So we finally got to that VWAP as of right now. 61.49 is the VWAP here on my other charting application here. So let's see if we can get to that level, but we're kind of poised for a little bit higher here. 15-minute chart going quite nicely as well. So that 59 hold, oh boy, here comes Tesla coming right back in. So do we hold that prior high at 345s? That's the question, because anybody and everybody taking the breakout long past that 345 might be getting a little shellacked here if we come back to the downside. But here's the thing, the bid was at 335s, 336s. The bid was at 340s. Does the bid show up again on top of VWAP in and around 342s? That's the real question that I'm asking. If we break back below that 345, do we go a little bit lower is the question. But again, catalyst, day one, maybe, but continuation to the upside off of a hold, a bit of a gap up, 300 failure to follow through, or 300 level hold, whatever you want to call it. We bounce off of 300. We're trading at 350s almost as of right now on Tesla. And oh boy, there goes Palantir. So that's that VWAP right here, incoming, only about 15 pennies away.
Jeez, I like
oh boy. All right. So that's pretty crazy. What did we say the ATR on Palantir was? 2.86. So we're not at 2.86. I guess in the money just yet on the position, but a decent chunk of that ATR. So I do want to look to start piecing off a little bit here going into that VWAP. But again, break of trend is what I want to look for those final kind of final shares. Just again, making the right kind of decisions. What's my reason to get in? My reason to get in was a hold of that 59, looking for that reversion to VWAP, and we got that reversion to VWAP. So I've been given everything that I was looking for. So now just leaving a bit of a runner on for with some rules to kind of see if I can hold this for much longer than I would if I was just letting my emotions dictate when I'm getting out. Because I did kind of do that and got out aggressively on top of that 60, not really holding too much for this VWAP test. And that VWAP test definitely came in. 61.54's VWAP trading at 61.55s as of right now, with a candle high at 61.57 right now on the 15-minute chart right here. So let's see what Palantir does. That was a nice little push back up, nice little reversion that happened to work out really well as of right now. So I'm going to pack my patience and then look for the break of trend, maybe on the 3-minute, maybe on the 5-minute, maybe on the 15-minute to get out of the rest of this one right here. Tesla, kind of a similar story, trending to the upside. So is Apple. So I'm waiting. I'm watching. What is the next trade, guys? That's what I'm looking for. Jay Lee saying nice long thank you, Jay Lee. Again, got a little lucky on that, right? Was watching the tape, was looking for that bid to step back in. When things are really, really directional and getting aggressively sold off or getting aggressively bid, I like to wait and watch to see if that participant or that pressure starts to step off, maybe in and around key levels, maybe confluence with market tailwind. That turn on Palantir happened to come in with the bounce of 20,500 on the NASDAQ. You can see how aggressively that 15-minute candle wicks back up. And then we get the break of prior bar high on the 15-minute on the NASDAQ. And with that kind of pressure comes in the buying pressure on Palantir, kind of overweighing that sell pressure that we had off of the open. So again, happened to work out this time. How often does it work? I got no idea. That's something you got to figure out on your own. But when it comes back into VWAP, I think that most of the trade that I'm looking for is kind of done. And if we start to break trend or catch a little bit of selling pressure that we saw off of the open, again, those sellers could still continue to dominate. If the selling pressure is real, where do I look for it to kind of catch? Maybe at VWAP, right? That's the volume weighted average price where the average participant's price is sitting at. So do we get VWAP sellers coming into the name? As of right now, we're holding that VWAP as the market trends a little bit higher past that 20,600. Haven't really seen any sign of those sellers kind of coming in just as aggressively as they did off of the open. But bigger picture, we're trending up on Palantir. That's something I can't forget either. So if those bigger time frame participants are like, all right, well, 60s, we like 60s, we like 59s, and we're going to continue bidding this thing up for a bigger picture trend to the upside, then that's perfectly fine as well. Just trying to stay a little bit nimble here as this price action comes in. Like I said, off of the open, did we have any ideas, Sean? I had, my sheet is blank. I literally had 2 names on watch that I was like, okay, maybe in play, and I have my little message saying SPY is my compass. I had Pfizer and SMCI. Neither of those tickers did what I was looking for coming in off of the open. So I took a piece of Tesla, took a piece of Palantir, now waiting for the next trade. Sometimes we were talking about this. Some of the best days, sometimes for me, I was like, I have nothing planned out. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm waiting for something to fall into my lap, for it to be so obvious where I'm like, all right, well, I didn't have any plans, but this is looking so good. I gotta take a shot at this, maybe. But you know, something I'm learning is maybe those are the times where you have nothing on the board and something shows up and it's so good, or it's so enticing where it's like, all right, you didn't have anything planned, but this is setting up. This is looking like your playbook. This is checking off some decent boxes. Maybe those are the days where I can really be throwing on some risk, obviously being responsible with it, but throwing on some risk for taking a trade that's screaming at me from the abyss.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way, but
one's coming back in.
I try to do a little bit different with trying to make sure that we, you know, take levels that we if there are ideas, as Obi was saying, if you got ideas, you got to try to hit them. And that's a couple times now on NVIDIA. So we just got some more outs here. It doesn't seem like it wants to get too much below 50 right now. So we're taking advantage of that, basically, all in all. Like, we've just been getting a bunch out here and around 139.30s, 139.20s, 139.50s. And we'll average in one more time right now, right here at 139.85 if we can get up there closer to 140. And then we'll take it and see if it wants to break through that 140.10 spot. If it does, then we are out of NVIDIA. So one more reload possibly there. SMCI continues to drip lower. So we just, I don't have any more bids, but I mean, maybe, you know what? Why don't we just put a bid down below? So if we, let's put a bid at 20, first of all, for a little bit of shares, and then we'll go a little bit lower than that in case we get that breakdown through 20 bucks, and we'll get like a little bit of a flush on SMCI. So again, today, we just wanted to short this name. It was up 13 or 14%. I couldn't believe it, but it did get going real early. And since then, we've really seen no green action in the stock. I mean, it tried to bounce off 20 once. We were sitting there just really getting a bunch out down here. We were pretty good because we held this 30% back into the downside. So that turned out to be really good. So now we're starting to get more out down there right now. This UAVS here, interesting name again today for me. We traded it early on that 450 break. We talked about why we sort of liked that 450. It was right back into here. That first day that it reverse split, it got up to 450 and then fell back into 150 and now right back up again as they get invited. They're the aerial drones type of company there, so they'll have to watch out.
Are they holding?
Okay, right now, no, I got out for flat, so I'll talk about that in a minute. But here comes NVIDIA. It looks like it is going to take that high side out now. So, hey, look, man, if it does, it does. We can get out of this one real quick. There's NVIDIA. If it breaks that 140.11 area, we're gone. I mean, that's been the high of the day. It is going to break it. Look at the market. I mean, great hole. I don't have any longs. Like, we should be long Bitcoin right now. Bitcoin's at 90,500, so that continues. I'm not even going to look. If NVIDIA drops down, I have bids in the 60s, but I'm not. Great trade there for anybody that believed in the long for NVIDIA there earlier. We did fine on it. It's just we're caught short at a level that we liked short, and it's just dancing there. So there's IBIT. IBIT, again, we liked that dip into 51. We missed it there. We didn't have it early. That's the pre-market. But at the end of the day, that was a tradable level right down there. The market was fine. You could have got long down there. So that was about 90,000. So now we're bidding and seeing if it does drip back into that, then that's where we'll take that fill. So there goes NVIDIA. I don't know. Don't even tell me that did it just false break there? Like, I got out and I don't think that was the high there. Like, I don't know what just happened. Okay, it did break and then we got out. We got a good fill out, so that was a little strange. Right, like we got 08s there and I wanted to break of the high. So we'll sit in there to one. Again, we're not being stubborn here. We just reloaded it because that was a very, very interesting out that we got there. So I'll take it one more try here, short on NVIDIA. Just back in on a little bit of a fail break of 140. I don't know what happened there, so we'll get back in for 20-cent hit, see if it can drop 20 cents to take advantage of this. So right now, NVIDIA, we're back in this name short. SMCI is almost $3 in the money, so that one's really working out for us. Similar to the long that you had there in Palantir. As you just
got out of everything.
Yeah, I know, I saw that.
It's holding VWAP, it broke trend, so I'm like.
Yeah, good.
But
good,
market,
excellent.
look at the market.
I know, man. That's why it's like I'm fighting this.
What's going on? Like, who's taking this to the upside? Apple and Softy?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I would say NVIDIA
as well,
has a lot to do with this. As there goes NVIDIA. So there it goes, man. Just keeps on going to the upside. So hit the sirens right now. As there goes NVIDIA breaking through that 140 and now higher, higher, higher. So, I mean, we've been to 149 before on this name. So to think that we can't get back there, I don't know about today, but there's that 140 clear break higher with the market going. NVIDIA's probably clear now. I don't know for how far, but it is going a little meme crazy now with just taking levels out. So we'll see what happens here with NVDA.
Yeah, man,
aggressive name, obviously. We should have been
market
long
is
at 140.
ripping.
We should have reversed into the long when we got stopped out there, but that was just a little bit of a funny move there, so I wanted to get back in. Completely fine with it, but right there, NVIDIA going skyrocketing, and SMCI, we just get a 20 fill for $3, so I don't know. Huge move upside there for NVIDIA for sure.
Yeah, no, I think something else that's pushing this market to the upside is this Netflix trade right here. 838's day high, trading at 835s now. Oh boy, almost I guess almost an 18-point run off of that 320 break on Netflix. And yeah, this market is ripping aggressively to the upside right here. Watching a little earlier, pushing back into that 6,000 area on the ES. A bit of a pullback here on Palantir, so I guess it did come into VWAP, and then I guess starting to fade. Bit of a break in trend. I was talking about like, what's my reason to get out of this? Look at this, kind of simple. Kind of piece off of it, a little slightly discretionary, maybe too many decisions. Gets to VWAP, finally get out a decent chunk in and around going into VWAP. We're breaking the trend as of right now, so I got out of that one. If we do make higher lows, maybe I'll get back involved. But the trade was again reversion off of that bid stepping off. Or that those sellers stepping off. Here it comes in, that 348 on Tesla, dude. So that
348?
348. So we're poised to kind of push that 350 as of right now. 349 halves is the pre-market high. So I'm curious to know what we do with that. We're coming right into that level right now with the market aggressively pushing higher as well. So what are you guys trading? Chill Vibes saying AMD seems like being really nervous, chilling at that 140 area. Let's take a quick look at AMD and see what
140?
our friend is up to. Okay, so here's the thing, Chill Vibes. Right away, right off the bat, what I can see on AMD, actually, this looks like a nice pullback off of like, okay, are sellers stepping in on VWAP here on PLTR? Maybe, perhaps. We'll come back at it in a few minutes. But strong reasons to sell off of that trend break happening on PLTR right at VWAP as well as the market pushes up. That's interesting. But yeah, AMD, take a look at this, man. This is a 3-minute chart right here, but take a look at the 15-minute. Look how strong we've been trending since the pre-market session. Prior day on Friday, we made lows at 133.65. It's trading at 140s right now. But look at this, back-to-back buying here on the 15-minute. Pop, 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 pop. How many reds do we have? Since about like 6:30. Okay, 6:30, we start off with a red. Let's start off with 6:45 on the break of this sideways bit of consolidation. So, okay, 7 o'clock, that volume really comes in at 7 o'clock. So since then, we've only had 1, 2, 3, 4 red candles, and the only opening session red candle on the 15-minute was at 9:45, printing a bit of a doji. And yeah, breaking or attempting to break that opening range high as of right now, trading at 140s. On AMD. So pretty strong off of the open there. You can see what we did with VWAP. We held that VWAP off open, a retest. Sure, we bid back below about 50 pennies or so below VWAP, but then rebid right now and holding above, trading a little bit higher here. Again, market tailwind is definitely on your side for a lot of these longs coming in off of the open. What is strong in the market, you may ask? And now I'm looking at the basket right here, so you can see right here. Softy to the upside, 417s coming in. This was that initial candle I was talking about. Hella strong bid that reclaims VWAP, and we've only been holding VWAP. Now, Adam DeLuz in the chat also pointed this out. We were holding that VWAP. Look at that VWAP hold on Softy after that strong wick, and the market pushes up even higher off of that hold right there. And Apple to the upside as well. Look at that. Apple, beautiful hold of that VWAP. Much cleaner VWAP bids coming in on Apple in the opening first 30 minutes right there on Apple as well. Tesla, we already saw what Tesla did. Tesla relative to VWAP, that 340 hold, reclaiming that VWAP. Sure, it's a lot more nastier. It's a lot more choppy. But again, catalyst, a bit of a catalyst mover on this. And look at that first 3-minute candle. Lows at 335.01. So holds at 335 like a champ and aggressively bids back up towards that 350 mark here on Tesla. We, again, looking at Google as well. Google is trading near its high of days as of right now. 173 day lows, 174 is printing. Amazon, not so much, man. A bit of a choppy range sideways right here. Can't really get past this high as of right now, but it is holding above VWAP after it reclaimed 202.70s is the highs. We saw that lick grab of that 200 mark on Friday. I got into a little bit of trouble on this little lick grab. I was like, oh boy, we're coming right back into that 200. So do we continue to sell off? I got aggressively short going into the close. Doesn't really come in. That 200 holds, and we're holding even higher right now with a 203. bottom, look at this shelf from the pre-market as well. 4 a.m. bottoms right here, 7 a.m. bottoms again, and then 8:30 bottoms, and then opening range, opening session bottoms coming right in at that 203, holding on the bid here on Amazon. Interesting look for that kind of action happening after we grab that 200 mark, and the market is pushing even higher. I see Google is some fresh highs and some softy with some fresh highs. Look at Spider as well, dude. Spider is holding and climbing even higher. Pre-market highs getting cracked right now. That 4 a.m. candle coming in at 578.84s. We're trading 587s, 92s, 588.06 is the day high. Look at that strength coming in on the Spider as well. So super strong market coming in off the open. Oh boy, look at this Palantir continuing. Now it's looking like it wants to push above that VWAP. We did pull back a little bit. We broke a little bit of trend, but guess what? We made a higher low here on Palantir, now pushing above VWAP. So I want to see a claim of VWAP, a hold on that bid on VWAP, and maybe we can push back towards some of those opening prices at that 65 mark here on Palantir. Again, bigger picture, we've been trending to the upside, and it has been catching a bid back-to-back days on Palantir. So let's see what that one holds in the foreseeable future. 20,700, oh boy. We're clocking some levels.
91.2 right now.
500 to 700.
For Bitcoin. I know.
91.2, yeah.
This is insane. 91.2 right now on BTC, still going higher. Right there, okay, a little bit of revenge taken here. We are going to talk about eSignal in a minute, but there's eSignal, there's NVIDIA. We went long on 140. We said if we got that break long, that we probably would like to reverse it in there. So we're now out of about 60% of it as it comes up into the 50s. So just so much easier to hold this long than it is the short, that is for sure. So now breaking higher, we flip it up on our code there. We only make back about a third of what we lost, but we're trying to hold on to this as well. Trade smarter, not harder. Make sure you scan that QR code right now on your screen with eSignal. You want to upgrade to an elite charting experience. This is what eSignal is all about, man. I mean, I just love the fact that it's very customizable. It has great tools. Pretty much every single tool you're looking for will be available there. It's a huge app store. Over 50 plus brokers also connecting to eSignal. So you can trade off the charts. You can trade setting up hotkeys and whatnot. Infinite data, instant trading. Starts to change the game. The back testing on this has allowed us to test various different methods on whether or not it be Europe or anything, or charting some of these imbalances, so on and so forth. Great back testing capabilities there with eSignal. 1 second charts, tick charts, everything available there. I love the watch lists, the hot lists, the scanners. It's all there. Everything you need in one place. Scan that QR code there on your screen and get involved with eSignal, immediately affiliated with Trader TV Lives. We want to thank them for coming through again. Thank you, eSignal. All right, so my stop on this was going to be, I thought about a break, and I was going to use, and we talked about like prior bar highs and all this kind of stuff. That's 140, but I kind of wanted to use this. We've trended down. We broke higher, so I was going to use like 139.50 or so. So that was going to be one of the things that I was thinking about there. So 139.50, which is why when we go up 50 cents, we have to start to take some out. So we did talk a little bit about, getting some out up there on NVIDIA. I'll buy a little bit more if we come in here, but I want to give it a little bit of a breakdown. If I'm going to use this 139.50 area as my stop, then I have to be a little bit more aggressive on where we take the fills, because I don't want to take them all right here at 140. And by the time we crank down into this area, again, just like what we did here, we were short at 139.50, unable to take full advantage of this playback, so that when we lose, it's like, okay, well, we wind up losing, but at the same time, we should have, avoided some of these fills and waited for 140. So I'm gonna do the same thing and wait for in and around here, 139.90, something like that, for a little bit of a breaker spot right now in this. So we'll wait to see if NVIDIA comes back in, and just gonna make sure we get our stop order in, breaking through 139.50. So that's already in there. We're gonna wait to see where that fill is gonna be coming from. So that's kind of like my playbook right now. We've gotten out of SMCI. We are very, very light in all of those plays as well right now. That is SMCI. So bunch of outs down there at 20 bucks. We were waiting for a break. But when it came in, we said we were bidding this level, right? So that's exactly what we did. We bid it down there, 20 bucks, SMCI, came in, able to do that. We'll wait for a little more. Our initial thought was the short all day. So happy that it sort of printed out here, but at the same time, be patient. If we were more patient, we could have had more shares up there. And just had a much better fill. So that's what we're doing now on SMCI. Another name was DraftKings. I keep wanting to look back on this just to for myself. Like, I'm really hoping that there's some way this name gets back into the 30s again, but a huge move up again, another 5% there for DKNG. Huge money made, I'm assuming, on that Tyson fight. Like, anybody that actually bet Tyson, what were you guys thinking? But again, like, huge downside move. One more time there I was looking at the futures. Upside move, coming back in for the futures, but DraftKings keeps on singing. So huge moves upside right there for DraftKings, and probably a lot of that, on that fight. And a lot of people, I think they made a lot of money on that, because a lot of people want to cheer for, the heartstrings, like they want Tyson to win. But come on, man. I mean, Jake Paul.
I mean, similar story when we're placing bets on the markets, right?
Very, yeah.
So it's like if you're really attached to an idea, sometimes you may throw a lot of logic out the window. We were right. I think we were talking last week here, and you were like, maybe he's not even going to last the first round, right? Remember that conversation we were having? And I was like, well, you can see the dude has been training. So in terms of endurance, probably will last the first round. But again, like I said,
he didn't really last the first round, man. You didn't see the fight, but it was like he was out of it from the very first round. Like, he was throwing some blows in there, but he wasn't. He connected on 19 punches in total.
That's wild. I got to go back and
landed 19 punches in 16 minutes. Yeah. So just count to 60 seconds and then land one punch. That's a long ass time.
Was it one good punch though?
Oh, he landed. Was it one good punch? Yeah. My son likes One Piece.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
And then there's also something called One Punch.
Yeah, One Punch Man. Yeah. Have you seen that?
No, but he keeps telling me about it.
Yeah.
So he talks to me about One Piece and then One Punch Man. Yeah.
One Punch Man's good. It's good comedy.
He told me about this One Punch Man's been training his whole life there. He got super strong.
Yeah. He trained so much that he became bald. Yeah.
So maybe I'm One Punch Man. Okay. So thanks so much.
What's going on, Brendo?
Bald. All right.
Sector watch? No. All right. Yeah, no worries. Just let us know when we're ready for the sector watch right here. Just kind of continuing to watch markets here. I just got an alert. Oh, BTC crossing 92.3. So BTC Bitcoin, guys,
yes, sir.
Going crazy. So let's see what these sectors are doing with Brendo. What's up?
All right, nice green day for the overall market here. Let's figure out why. A lot of it coming from the tech sector, as the guys have been mentioning right now. NVIDIA notably weak, still 1.2% to the downside. It's AMD, it's QCOM as well, having a nice day. Qualcomm up, better part of 3% at the highs. Look at Dell, 4% to the upside for Dell this morning. On that note, regarding the NVIDIA Blackwell chip network cases that they've started to ship. So a good day for DELL. Netflix as well. Nice bounce back, as we've been seeing, 1.9%. Microsoft, Google, Oracle, all contributing to this rally. There was a note this morning on potential changes coming to Medicare and the way they look at some of these drug loss or weight loss, I should say, weight loss drugs, including the one from Eli Lilly. So downsides for some of the pharmaceutical names today, offsetting some of the gains. Tesla still a nice day, 8% to the upside as it was in the pre-market. Pretty ugly day down there. It's hard to see, but 6.5%, guys, for Uber under big time pressure today.
Look into, that was another name that we liked as well, Uber. All right, so yeah, IBIT right now. IBIT's only up 0.5%. It's like, remember, Bitcoin's ripping, but it's not like IBIT has to close on Friday, so you miss all that action over the weekend, and then it sort of reprices and opens back up. So you're only going to see IBIT, I mean, although it's up $1.30 just in the last 15 minutes, it did have some lower, capabilities there earlier on, down into 51, which is what we liked. I would still like to see a pullback, but again, we've been seeing crypto, and if you don't play it as it's moving, it will give you opportunities to pull back. So again, we've done this before. Maybe 52, like as you can see, Bitcoin. If we hold 92,000, that would be somewhere around right where we are right now. So just looking, 52.50 is about 92,000, maybe a little bit lower, 52.40 or so. So I think like a little bit of a drip into 52.20, probably worth a buy there for IBIT. But for right now, I mean, We have about 5% or so left of SMCI, potential reload area, but I'm thinking longs now as NVIDIA's above 140, but trying to hold on. We did take a little bit of a bid there. Same average price, just came back into 08s or 09s. So that's what we have now, 09 on, or it says 10s, but rounded up. Oh yeah, it's 0953. Right there, so a little bit of a move up there, right there. That's interesting on Uber. Let's go find out, like, I'm gonna have to figure out what's going on with this one, because this is a nice drip in, and I mean, we've really liked Uber for a while, I thought anyways, and now, where's that 200 period? It's right in the spot. Like, I think Uber at some point here, once this loads up, needs to get bought. I'm gonna find out what exactly the story is there, and again, I guess it's just the pushback from Tesla, like, the self-driving, if that gets further pushed, then I guess Uber is not well positioned for that because they actually have drivers, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see more about that story. Is getting us a little bit nervous on that front. Okay, man, all good things must come to an end. We've been really hitting NVIDIA really well for the last little while, but today it'll be my reddest stock. As we'll be up on SMCI, obviously. We've only traded 3 names. UAVS today, which is completely flat. It's like, it's flat. Like, we were able to take some money off on the upside, which was great. It went to 520 right when the market opened, and then ever since then has been faded back in there. And then SMCI, good stock. We talked about losing there, but then making here. We probably could reload. But right now, we're going to wait to see if NVIDIA holds out on this 50-period moving average. So again, we broke it. It was good. Now we're coming back into it. We're going to get out if it breaks 50s, which is right where that is. So we can give it a little bit more room if you really wanted to. But for me, the futures now have to start to bounce. We just had a huge move up, really. So a little